Greg Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome, thanks for joining me. In this video, we are going to look at no new sounds. I know the last couple ones, have been a little tense at times. Not going to happen here. We're actually going to look at how to add some really interesting melodic elements to a very, very simple line that comes out of, just sort of any dominant sound. Let me show you what I mean. The lick itself, 2, 3, is just that much. And you'll notice that we're fundamentally what we're doing is just we're bending the B up to the C sharp, 12th fret on the 2nd string, returning A. Right, we get down to A. So fundamentally what I'm going to do is walk my way down the sort of A dominant sound, a little bit of combination of major and minor blues. A, G, F sharp, E, C sharp, A, G. Those are kind of all of my target notes. But if I play that, it's not very interesting. All right, if I just played, right, even that, I added stuff I shouldn't have. 2, 3. Right, that's kind of dull. And a lot of times when I hear, I'll say, jazz type players play, more modern blues players or jazz players, they seem to sort of weave around the melody. They sort of weave around the scale tones with some extra stuff. And I've always wondered what that extra stuff was, because it allows them to take such a simple scale but expand it so the line can be much longer. It's much more interesting. It pulls you from note to note. It's remarkable. And so I've kind of discovered that the way you do that is as follows. Couple of cool ideas. So the first thing we're going to do, again, we're going to bend that B up to C sharp and then come back and then A. Okay, that much that's irrelevant. The next note I want to get to is the G natural. Okay, so what I'm going to do to get to the G natural is I'm going to play G sharp and then F sharp and then G natural. So I'm going to play the note right above it and the note right below it. Now sometimes you might want to stay in key, but you don't necessarily always have to. So I've got a pretty chromatic note. That's the major 7. The 6, the F sharp, yeah, that's in the key. Okay, but mostly they surround the G. And notice that the G lands on the beat. You probably wouldn't like the sound of it if the G landed on an offbeat or something. Now the next note that I want to hit is F sharp, but instead of just playing F sharp, I'm going to play a little B minor arpeggio, which is B, D, F sharp. Okay, so I'm playing the arpeggio that ends on the note that I wanted. So that's how I'm going to walk up to that note. And then from there, I'll go down to my E. Now the next note that I want to hit is C sharp. So I'm going to do a big get to the C sharp surrounding move. So I'm going to play the D, the note above it, and then I'm going to go all the way down to the B and the C natural and then the C sharp. Okay, so this works really well. Up here, I didn't have as much time, right? Because I had 1, 2, 3. I didn't have very much time. I only had space for 2 notes. Okay, but down here, from that D, I have, that D is happening on the offbeat. So if I played C natural to C sharp, I would end up on an offbeat. That would sound kind of funny. So instead I'm going to add a note. So I just go all the way down to the B, C sharp, C, C sharp. Then I'm going to go down to my A, but instead of just going down to the G, I'm going to go through the G sharp and then go to the G. Now I could, if I was gonna extend, I could have gone from that A, I could have gone to the G sharp to the F sharp and back to the G, just like I did up here. Okay? And on the way in, what I then did is I took the lick from a few lessons ago, and I took that little G major 7 arpeggio. So if you happen to remember that video, you might want to go check it out. So that's where the impetus behind all of these notes are. It's just a really cool way to play it. Now, for right now, I don't know that I would necessarily tell you to try to completely understand all of that and build that for yourself. That's probably not going to work out very well. For now, memorize it, play it a lot. Try to use it over any kind of shuffle type of jam track that you can possibly come up with. Play it into your looper, go find a shuffle in A on YouTube or whatever. You've probably got jam tracks with a shuffle in A. Use those. Try to get this lick in there as often as you possibly can over the A chord. It probably won't sound as good over the D and the E chord because it doesn't allow for those changes. But don't beat yourself up necessarily trying to build this for yourself. Watch the video several times and watch me explain it, and it'll probably sink in. But in the meantime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you need to be able to do is to play that. Okay? Believe me, when I first learned how to do this, I just first learned a bunch of licks and kind of, started to see the patterns. So luckily I can tell you what the pattern is now and you don't have to figure it out for yourself. But nonetheless, you're still going to have to play the lick a few times and get really good at it before those patterns and those rules are going to make sense. So let's try it with my... go to the D. And it's just 2 bars of D in here that I put. So, A, 2, 3, And that's that. It's a fun lick. I enjoy playing that. I use that idea a lot. You can use it in a swing feel like that, or you can use it like in a faster, like a double time shuffle kind of feel. You can use it in a straight 16ths feel. There's a lot of different ways that you can use that. So I encourage you, get those notes under your finger, get comfortable with it, and then try it over a few different jam tracks, a few different keys. Make sure you really get the hang of it. And then again, like I say, watch this video a few times. It might take a few watches for all of those little nuances to really settle in. But then maybe try to construct a little lick of your own and see how it works out. All right. And again, this idea is from a course I have called Modern Blues Soloing. I'll try and leave a link in this video if you want to check that out. It's just a great way to really kind of expand your licks without having to expand into a whole bunch of different sounds. So it can be, and I don't know, I just really like the idea of, like the little surrounding notes and the arpeggios really pull you to that next note. And I think that's really important. So as always, I'm Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Hope you dug the video. Take care, and I will talk to you soon.